gallery is live. 51 seconds ago.
Can you check YouTube and see if we're live? Looks like we're live. Whoop, whoops. And then,
Yeah.
so YouTube's there.
Yes, YouTube's live.
Do you want to see it?
Well, I just want to take a look. I see.
I can kill the volume though.
Okay. All right. I think we have to rotate it, right?
I can't.
Because it's landscape right now.
I can't tell if it's landscape
Oh, it's good.
or not because my phone auto rotates stuff. So
Hmm. Oh, it's not real time.
it's a little delayed, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little delayed, like 5-6 seconds.
Maybe it's my closer.
3, 4, 5. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's about 10-second delay.
I mean, that's fine, right?
Which is fine.
Discord, you can just keep an eye out and then archive and repost. So, I guess this is the latest, most recent drop in October, right? We're looking
Yes,
at.
it came
And
out 2 days ago
2 days ago, okay.
on Friday.
And here we have two of the starter or the DEX precons, I'm assuming, and
Yes.
we have 4 big booster boxes from the set Mortal Ambition. With how many packs are in these things?
24 packs per box.
24 packs per box. And we have 4 boxes here with 2 of these. So I don't know, we can just get right into it. Do you think we should start with these first or the...
I think I don't really have a preference.
You have no preference?
Yeah,
okay,
I
why
have
don't
no
we save
preference.
these 2 for last then?
Yeah,
And then we just get right into the
because the
stuff.
starter decks, you're only looking to see if you pull the one CSR that may or may not be in it. So,
Oh, okay. And what is a CSR?
the CSR is a collector, super rare. It's usually in a foil and artist signed. It's hot stamped, and those are kind of the chase rares in the set.
Mm-hmm.
In this Mortal Ambition set, we have the art is Three Kingdoms themed, is my understanding,
Oh, okay.
and there's a lot of playable reprints as well as lots of brand new stuff.
Right. Right on. Okay, well, I mean, let's get right into
Let's
it.
get right into
Yeah.
it.
Beauty honors. Incision, make it official.
Well, I'm terrible with scissors.
Oh, okay.
Where do I find the right spot? That looks like a spot. Alright. First box.
Box number 1, first 24, and you know how like the hits are kind of split up?
Distributed?
Yeah, distributed hits.
Each pack is supposed to have 1 rare, 3 uncommons, and the rest are commons, and then any super rare or ultra rare will sit in the rare slot. Any foil cards will sit in a common slot, is my understanding, based on what other people have opened and also just on past packs.
Okay.
But I've also heard rumors that there may be a production error.
Hey, what, sorry?
There may be a production error for this set.
Production error, meaning...
As in, rumor has it that some people claim to have opened boxes with 0 rares.
Oh, wow.
So we shall see.
Okay.
Hopefully it's just a rumor and not the truth.
Yeah.
So we got our first pack.
Okay, so there's different arts for those.
So we can see in the set we have 75 different commons, 59 uncommons, 55 rares, 32 super rares, and 8 ultra rares, and then each card has the potential to come in a foil variant,
Right.
and then there's a collector super rare. There's 11 different collector super rares and 1 collector ultra rare. The collector ultra rare is supposed to be one of 72 serialized cards, if I remember correctly.
1 of 72. Okay.
One of 72 in 37,000 boxes.
Right. All right.
So
Maybe.
that is
Could
what
be.
we're praying for, but I
Could be.
have no guarantees here.
Gamba. All right, let's get right into it. Pack number 1. Recent set. I can see the artwork and like just the names and stuff that you guys saw earlier. What was this?
Jin and
Jin
Kong.
and Kong. Yeah. We got the sleeves for this one in stock just the other day.
Yeah. So we have our first card. Emergent Dagger is we know it's a Regalia card because it's got that blue cost. Regalias go in your material deck, and that's kind of like a smaller deck you always have access to throughout the game, and your material deck is restricted to 12 cards. We have Imperial Assassin, one of the commons, Nascent Blast.
Yep.
Fast means you can play it in Magic terms would be like instant speed.
Flash.
Yes, that kind of
Oh,
thing.
okay.
And then you've got actions are are your spells, or they can also be skills, because a spell is a subtype. So action is the super type, and spell is the subtype, and you've got classes as well. We have a Royal Bear. 2 3s in this game are 2 3s for 3 are the going rate for like a good ally, and so this is a 2-3 for 4, except it has a class bonus for Tamer, which gives it +1/+1 and has Pride 2.
Right.
And the Tamer class has a lot of Pride mechanics and mainly focuses around animals and beasts, and so this is very fitting for Tamer common. We have another. We have a cleric, a warrior skill, so we can see already not just spells but skills are also actions. Drawing into memory is really good, and you've got the class bonus to recover as well. And then it also has the condition damage 10+, which means you need to have taken 10 damage total throughout the game, and have 10 damage counters on your champion in order to get the effect. So that's another common. We have Stolid Vanguard. Equestrian's a new mechanic. Equestrian triggers if you have a horse ally. So we saw the bear earlier, and so if we get a horse in play, then we got Equestrian. Fantasia is I don't know, how do I put it in other terms, in terms of other card games that's easy to relate to? I guess kind of like an artifact. I don't know. But Fantasia and acts as a spell, but Fantasias tend to stay on the board, whereas actions don't. And then we have more commons. We have Flaming Fowl, Tamer, Animal Bird, 3/1, really pretty fiery bird. And as long as it's attacking a champion, it gets an additional +1 attack. And so effectively a 4/1 for 3, not too bad. Deep Sea Fractal, it's a Fantasia, comes in hindered, so it comes in rested, and has a on enter, which puts cards into your graveyard. Water as an element has a lot of graveyard related mechanics right now, and so this fits right in. And then Reservable lets you rest it to pay for memory cost, as opposed to using your hand to pay for memory cost. Wild Growth Feline. A lot of people were really excited about this card when it was first foiled. I think mainly because a lot of people just like really cute looking cats, and
Is this
also
a reprint?
no,
Oh, no.
this is a new card.
Oh, okay. But it was teased, I guess.
It was teased, and when it was teased, this had showed a lot of potential because you could either play additional animals or beasts, or you could flicker them through spells, and
Right.
you would then get the on enter effect
Mhm.
from the trigger, and so you could have lots of combat tricks that way. And Wind, it has a lot of reactive, flickery kind of things. Oh, we got a foil in this pack.
So foils are not guaranteed in every
Foils
pack, right?
are not guaranteed, and every card has a chance of being foiled.
Tempest.
It's Shiny Tiger. Oh,
Tamer Beast.
and we have ourselves Yunzao Cavalry, Dude Riding Horse, 2/3 for 3, which
so
is
equestrian again. So this,
Yeah.
I guess that's the new keyword in this set that we're
Yes.
seeing.
So
Okay.
2/3 for 3 already makes it a really good card, and then it's got these extra abilities as well. And
On
then,
enter trigger, I see there.
on enter, if you control a horse ally, it becomes distant,
Mhm.
and then because you're distant, you get the range 2, which is for that turn because it's
It's a +2.
+2 attack.
Okay.
A distant says as long as this unit is distant, it gains +2 attack. So that's so you can get basically a 4/3 for 3.
Yep.
Pretty good. Next card.
Mystic Purifier. On enter, you may pay 2. When you do, destroy target Fantasia, and Fantasia is what we saw earlier here. So we can
Yes.
destroy some Fantasia with that, and then some flavor text.
Yes.
1, 2. Okay.
Prior to this set, there wasn't a lot of ways of dealing with Fantasia, and so
So
we're
starting to see some
starting to
removal.
see some more removal for Fantasia, so that's pretty good.
We have
And
Zephyr.
then Zephyr, this is a reprint. Suppress target ally or regalia, and so this is kind of like the flickering effect because suppressing temporarily banishes the object, and then it returns at the beginning of the next end phase. So
Okay.
you get effects that way.
Fraternal Garrison.
This is our first rare.
Whenever an ally enters a field under your control, Fraternal Garrison gets +1 damage until end of the turn. Apply this effect only if your champion is Jin. So I assume that's the Jin from that pre-con that we had earlier.
Yes, that would be correct.
And then there is flavor text.
Yes,
Perfect.
there is plenty of flavor text.
Plenty of flavor text.
So
Okay, so I
this
guess
is Jin.
Jin.
And we have Kong Ming.
It's really cool. This is the first edition. So I mean, our first pack there. I'm not sure. I can't really tell if this was a good start, but we're gonna start going through
A little faster.
Yeah, I'm super excited actually because I think I've only ripped one Grand Archive set so far. Is the hit at the end or is it like the last three?
The rare is always the last card,
Rare is always the last card. Okay.
but the
right.
foil is somewhere in the middle if there is one.
All right. What am I looking for? Autographs.
It's hard to say because this set is so new, so like it's hard to tell what we're looking for. We know like certain reprints are always gonna be good, but in terms of the newer cards, it's gonna be up to people brewing and what becomes meta, what falls out of meta.
Okay, perfect.
Something that's new with this set is that all the ultra rares are also gonna be full art. So I guess
Oh, okay. We'll see some full art.
yeah, we'll see
Is this
some.
the first set with the full art that I'm missing?
Historically, full art cards have been part of supporter packs, which are kind of a extra kind of thing that gets released and is only sold through directly from Weebs at their events.
I see.
and supporter packs help pay for all the competitive play stuff, whereas booster packs are more for helping the stores
Right,
make
right.
money, etc.
So we went through our first few in the first pack here. I mean, in the second pack here. Just gonna take a quick look at this card here. Swerving Spring, prevent the next 2 damage that would be dealt to this target unit this turn. This is that fast keyword that we're seeing, similar to instant, I assume, right?
Yes.
We got another fast Inspiring Call. This card costs 2 less to activate if your champion has attacked this turn. Allies you control get +1 until end of turn. Draw a card into your memory and then some flavor text. Moving along here, we have the Flame Rune Swordsman, fire 3 cost 2/2 with a class bonus, floating memory, and then ally Mage Warrior
This
Human.
is a really good staple reprint. This is the
Really good staple reprint.
yeah, it's a pretty, and it sits in a common slot, so you'll
That's great. That's great. So I'm assuming not so bad so far. So we're gonna favorable wins, another fast, and there's combing in there. I
This
think
is the 4th printing of favorable wins.
4th print. Okay.
So it's been in every set so
Right.
far.
All right. Glacial Evocation. Deal 2 damage to a target ally. If that ally is rested, deal 3 damage to it instead.
This is one of the newer cards. So
One of the newer
we'll
cards.
see
2 cost
whether
instants.
or not that comes in.
Another mage spell.
Refracting Missile.
Deal damage to target unit equal to the amount of fractals you control +1. Okay, so there's a theme here, I guess. Fractal. We build around that. Retai Guard. Equestrian again. We've seen quite a few of those, so haven't seen any horses yet.
We saw one in the
Oh, we
first
did?
pack.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Was that the
we saw-
bear?
It was towards the end.
Oh, okay. 2/4, 4 cost, fire. Class bonus. We have Burst. This is uncommon. Burst, Asunder. This card costs 2 less to activate and slow. So I assume that's you have to play it on their turn. Sorcery speed.
Yes, sorcery speed. So main phase and when the stack is empty.
Got it. We have Wind Cutter. It's an attack. 2 cost.
So attack cards. Well, I guess we haven't seen one while we're opening. So attack cards let you attack with your champion, and it attacks for the attack value
Nice.
indicated.
So it's like a poke. And we have Guandu Theater of War. It's a SR.
It's a domain. It's a different type of card.
Whenever you declare an attack with an ally, put a battle counter on Guandu and Glimpse 1. If this is the 3rd time this ability has resolved this turn, draw a card into your memory. Okay, and there's upkeep to remove 2 battle counters if you don't sack it. Cool. Alright. So we're just barely touching the top of the booster here.
Yeah. I think we'll just kind of go here. Oh, someone joined us on Discord, I think. Hello. We're on pack 2 of what, 96 that we
Pack
have? Or pack 3? Yeah. We're on pack 3. Emergent Dagger again. Idle Thoughts has seen a bajillion reprints. Savage Arrow. This is actually a new common. And it's an ammunition for bows. Bows are a new item type for the game. We had guns before, and now we're going to bows because, well, it's 3 kingdoms as opposed to a more fantasy kind of setting.
Lead with 4s.
Target ally gets +1 until end of turn. If that ally is an animal or beast, put a buff counter on it. Costs 1 less if you're playing Tamer. Might be a useful card. Hard to say. Palace Guard, I believe, is a reprint. I don't remember the specific. I can't remember. Retort's I think it's a new keyword. No, I think we've had the retort keyword. Can't remember. Reckless Slash is a reprint. Scorching Strafe. This card, it costs 2 less to activate. Target ally gets +2 until end of turn and becomes distant. So, Cyclical Breeze. Return target wind element card from your Wind Element spell card from your graveyard to your hand. I think this is one of the first cards of its kind to bring cards from your graveyard back to your hand. There might have been others, but they weren't very noticeable in the meta over the past 2 years or so. So this might see a bit more play as we see more spell-oriented kind of cards. Same Rune Swordsman again. Nanyue Portsman, another common, but this is a new card. We got a new Bull, Tidestone Bovine. Target player puts the top 2 cards of their deck into their graveyard and has floating memory if you are playing Tamer. Again, water has a lot of graveyard specific interaction, and so that's pretty good. Hasty Messenger is a very, very important reprint. It's used in a lot of fire decks right now, so this is a uncommon reprint. Tsunami of Nanyue is a new card. Efficiency costs less for each level. So if you're level 3, it costs 3 less. And there are ways to get beyond level 3 through either Empower or level counters and various other effects. Deal 2 damage to all rested allies. If your Shifting Currents faces south, Shifting Currents is a new mechanic that we'll see more specifically once we see Kongming champion card. And it deals 3 to all rested allies if you don't control if your Shifting Currents is facing south. Sidestep. Sidestep is a reprint for the Assassin class. Target ally gains stealth until end of turn, so stealth is kind of like an evasion ability of some sort. And in order to block something that has, or in order to attack something that has stealth, the ally needs to have True Sight. And then we have Sheath of Faceted Lapis. And this is the rare in the pack. Warrior Weapon Link. On enter, draw a card. Drawing cards in this game is very important, so pretty much anything that draws you a card for relatively cheap is pretty good. And class bonus, linked weapon gets +2 attack.
Nice. Back and forth. Still got a long ways to go. We got Crescent Glaive, Ordinary Horse. Okay, so we have them out there. Wisdom's Reprise, another Instant Idle Thoughts. I've seen a couple of these so far. Inspiring Call, Mnemonic Charm, Trained Sharpshooter, Scorching Strafe, Flamewing Foul, Tidestone Bovine, just saw one earlier. Unrelenting Warden, another horse. There you go. Brisk Windtrotter, Razor Broadhead, Ash Filcher. And there's the rare Promising Recruit. Warrior Human. There's 15 cards in each pack.
Yes, 15 per pack, yeah. They increased the size of the set as well, this set.
That's good.
The print quality is pretty good. The art is obviously pretty good. So we got Crescent Glaive, we've seen the Adorned Stag. Oh, it's a cute little deer. Veteran Soldier is a reprint with alternate art. Imperial Assassin, I think we've seen already. We've seen Lead with Force. Unbroken Mustang, another horse. Thunderclap, oh, that's pretty art. Temper and Flames, target weapon. Frozen Quill, oh, we got another arrow. Unrelenting Warden we saw earlier. Rising Tides, Marksman Captain, Extraction.
Sea-Fledged Serpent. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Sea-Fledged Serpent. This is an interesting card because it starts as a creature, but then it can load into a bow, so it becomes an arrow. It's kind of interesting.
Slipstream. Slipstream Vault.
Slipstream Vault. Target ally you control becomes distant. Negate all card activations targeting it. Is a protective spell, or it's technically a skill reaction.
Okay, we have a Fan of Insight. Sorry, I'm just gonna...
It's starting to look like the first slot is always a Regalia card.
Seasoned Archer, Ghost Sight Mare, Stolid Vanguard, Inner Court Schemer, Broken Mustangs, The Breeze, Wandering Glavier, Torpid Fractal, Water Barrier, Drifting Rogue, Sudden Delusion is all blue. Okay, there we go. Materialize, Pole Arm, Weaken Resistance, Relic of the Dancing Embers. Let's do it.
Got here. Oh, Jin, Fate Defiant. So this is the champion that that'll also be in the starter deck. Inherited effect: when Jin attacks with a polearm and/or polearm attack card, target human or horse ally you control gets +1 attack till end of turn. And this effect, because it's an inherited effect, will stay on your champion even when you level to level 2 and 3. That's that. Weaponsmith's a reprint, Veteran Soldier's a reprint, Swerving Spring, we haven't seen this card yet, but...
I think we have actually. Maybe. The cast.
And then Unbroken Mustang we've seen already. Fireball, pretty standard in any Magic kind of card game. Favorable Winds, Absolving Flames, Swift Recruit, another reprint, Rising Tides, Frozen Quill, Vengeful Gust, this is a new card. Suppress target ally you don't control, so we talked about suppress earlier. The next time that card would enter the field this turn, it enters with on enter deal 4 damage to your champion. So it would, if you suppress your opponent's ally, when it comes back on the end phase, your opponent would take 4 damage. So that's pretty cool. Title to Raid, Incentive Instruction, and Oath of the Sakura. This card had a errata before release, and that was just to clarify that what it meant by exactly 3 unique allies. So you need to have exactly 3 allies, and the allies all need to have the unique super type.
Okay, so here we are starting with Kongming, and that's the other person on the structure deck.
Yeah, their starter. So Shifting Currents is a new thing. It's you face north, east, south, and west, and you get bonuses for facing certain directions. The level 2 champion also lets you draw cards when you switch from north directly to south, and then there's ways to change your the direction that your Shifting Current is facing. Then we have, one of our first Exia cards.
Ingress of Sanguine Ire.
And the Exia is a new element, a new advanced element in the set, and it goes more focused with Jin, and so that's, yeah, so Exia has a lot of payoffs for having your champion get damaged. So the more damage your champion has taken, the more benefit you get from the Exia cards.
Health as a resource counting.
Health as a resource, and then some. This is the level 3 Jin. So we'll see this as well in the starter deck as well. As long as it is not your end phase, Jin has immortality. A unit with immortality can't die. So your Jin as a level 3 has 28 health. And so when you've taken 28 damage throughout the game, normally you would automatically lose. This lets you have one last chance at beating your opponent. And with the way Exia cards function, since you've taken more and more damage, your Exia cards get stronger and stronger, and so your final turn gets even stronger. So that's kind of how Jin works. We got Shining Markador. We haven't seen this horse, but it's just a 1/2 horse with an on-enter effect. We've seen Savage Arrow, Nascent Blast we've seen, Trained Sharpshooter is a reprint that we've seen already. Mnemonic Charm, this is a card we've seen, but I foresee it being a really staple card for anybody playing Cleric or Mage decks, because it draws into your memory and costs 2. Really cheap. Cyclical Breeze we've seen, Scorching Strafe, Drifting Rogue. We've seen this cute kitty before. Sudden Snow. Clumsy Apprentice, another reprint. Sudden Deluge. Leeching Bolt, this is one of the finisher kind of cards for the Kongming starter deck. It's also available in the booster pack. Deals level damage to target unit and then recover 2. And then if Leeching Bolt is empowered, put it in its owner's material deck, preserved. And so you would cast it, it would go into your material deck, and then at the beginning of your next turn, basically, when you materialize, instead of materializing a card onto play, you could pick a preserved card from your material deck and add it to your hand instead. And so you get to play this Leeching Belt over and over and over. Heated Vengeance, as long as your champion has taken damage this turn, Heated Vengeance gets +3 attack. On attack, you may have Heated Vengeance deal 3 damage to your champion. And so this is probably more intended to fit with some of the Exia cards that we see with Jin.
I think I lost count on what pack we're on here, but
Yeah,
but now we're starting to see a lot of the same cards here. So Emergent Dagger, Seasoned Archer, Cavalier Rescue, Weaponsmith. I don't think I've seen that yet. Trained Sharpshooter, Inspiring Call, Creative Shock. I've seen Flaming Foul. I've seen Portman, Deep Sea Fractal. Okay, we have a Hollow Stag, Adorned Stag here. Tempest Stalker, Adorned Stag, or 2 Hollows, Disorienting Wind. Lava Soul Tiger, super cool. Didn't see that yet. Phalanx Captain. I'm not sure if you've seen this yet either. This card costs 1 less to activate for each human ally you control. Other human allies you control get +1 attack as long as they're attacking. And behind it we have Cure the Flesh. Sounds really cool. This is a fast card. Remove all temporary damage from target ally. Draw a card into your memory.
Phalanx Captain is a reprint and has plays an important role in human allies focused decks. The Lava Soul Tiger that opened earlier, people were really excited when it was spoiled because it's a 5/5 for 4, and on enter you can banish 2 fire cards from your graveyard. If you do, it loses Pride, which means you can attack with it right on that turn, whereas normally hitting Pride 3 early on in the game is relatively hard, and so being able to attack with that 5/5 on possibly turn 1 or turn 2 is pretty strong. On to our next pack, we have Intricate Longbow, one of the bow weapons that we haven't seen yet. Roll Rear, we've seen Ordinary Horse, a very ordinary horse. Backstep, Regenerate, Inspiring Call, Thunderclap, Shoe Frontliner, Glacial Evocation, Unrelenting Warden, Infusion of Crescent Jade in foil, and it's a foil rare that we pull here. Target polearm weapon gets +1 until end of turn for each wind element non-champion object you control, and it has floating memory, so it's pretty cool. Cone of Frost, another mage spell. I think some people are considering building around this card because it lets you deal 3 instances of 2 damage in a single spell, and so that's possibly 6 damage, and depending on how your board is set up, that can potentially be a lot of damage going at something or variety of things. Molten Arrow, Fiery Swing, and Axis Gale Scholar. It's one of the super rares in the set. As long as your Shifting Currents faces north, it gets +2 attack. As long as it faces south, allies you control get +1 health. So, and it's a 1/3 on its own. Pretty cool.
Nice. We got Primal Whip, Ordinary Horse, Savage Arrow, Nascent Blast, Regenerate, Swerving Spring, Savage Attack, Razor Gale Calling, Temper and Flames, Unrelenting Warden, Frozen Quill, Determined Spearsman, Blood Bond Bladesworn, that's a Blood Bond Bladesworn, Poised Rearguard, and Crimson Prescience.
Prescience. So these Exia cards, we get to see a little more and understand Exia a little more here. So Bloodborne, Bladesworn gets +1 for every 10 damage counters on your champion. And so if you've taken 10 damage, then and you have the class bonus of Warrior, then it would be a 4/6. If you've taken 20 damage, it'd be a 5/6, etc. And whenever it is dealt damage, deal that much damage to your champion as well. And so it can help you make itself get bigger as you take more damage as well. Or as it takes damage, you take damage, and then it gets stronger. And then Crimson Presence. Action costs 1 less if you're 25 or higher damage. So it would cost 2 instead. And then choose a card name until end of turn. If damage would be dealt to your champion by a source with that name, prevent that damage. So lets you stay alive longer when you're close to death.
Nice. Okay. I'll just keep rolling then. Here we go. Tome of Sorcery, Wisdom's Reprise, Idle Thoughts, Inner Court Schemer, Mnemonic Charm, Stolid Vanguard, Create a Shock, Temper and Flames, Drifting Rogue, Deep Sea Fractal Wild Growth Feline, Nascent Barrier, Tsunami of Nanya, Brash Defender, and Heavenly Guide. Secret rare, super rare.
Heavenly Guide is a really good super rare, especially since we have a rare called Dungeon Guide. So the effect is...
If an opponent controls a non-spirit champion with a card on top of its lineage that wasn't played, level up your champion.
And what Dungeon Guide does is it levels up your champion. Dungeon Guide has an on-enter, banish 2 cards from your memory at random and level up your champion. And so if your opponent levels up with it using a Dungeon Guide, and on your turn you play Heavenly Guide, you basically save yourself 2 resources, and you get a free level up on top of that, basically. So, pretty cool. Intricate Longbow, Royal Bear, Honorable Vanguard, Wisdom's Reprise, Savage Attack, Inner Court Schemer, Fractal Insight, Fireball, Shoe Frontliner, Water Barrier, Gale Whisper Brogue, Mark of Fervor, Lumbering Steed, Ash Filcher, and Fractal of Polar Depths is another super rare. Reservable, sacrifice Fractal of Polar Depths. Target opponent puts the top X cards from their deck into their graveyard, where X is the number of water element cards in your graveyard. So this helps with the milling out of your opponent kind of strategy.
Okay. So there's another kit here. I'm not sure how you want to sort them. I've just been putting them in piles.
I'll eventually sort them by element and whatnot. But
Fan of Insight, Season Archer, Ghost Nightmare, Lead with Force, Savage Attack, the Breeze card, Planted, Explosive, Fireball, Water Barrier, Torpid Fractal, Tide Stone, Bovin, Clumsy Apprentice, Yunzo, Cavalry, Arrow Trap, and Feed Nourishment. Put it buff. We can do a quick count here. There's 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 packs left.
in the first box.
Yeah.
So the Defender's Maul, Ghost Mare, Excite Mare, Weaponsmith again, Idle Thoughts, Lead with Thoughts, Lead with Force, Palace Guard, Planted, Explosive, Flaming Foul, Razor Gale Calling, Refracting Missile, Nanue Portsman, Cone of Frost, Sidestep, Fractal of Sparks, and Rainweaver Mage.
Fan of Insight, Adorned Stag, Ordinary Horse, Seasoned Archer.
Tricky Chimp is a 1/1 for 2 with a class bonus. On enter, if an opponent controls 2 or more allies, Tricky Chimp gets +2 attack until end of turn. That's it. Three, Nascent Blast, Imperial Assassin, Unbroken Mustang, Backstep, Regenerate, Creative Shock. Creative Shock is a reprint that we've seen a few times already. Very staple fire card, helps you draw and lets you discard floating memory, so then you can use it for your materialization, etc. Oh, I should probably be saying some of these cards, sorry. Scorching Strafe, Cyclical Breeze, Rising Tides, Frozen Quill, Protective Fractal, Apprentice Aeromancer, Skilled Plainsman, and we have Dungeon Guide. So, as we talked about earlier, Dungeon Guide, on enter, you may banish 2 cards at random from your memory. If you do, level up your champion. So, you can see why Heavenly Guide is a potential counter to that or punish to that.
We got a Defender's Maul, Adorned Stag, Idle Thoughts, Backstep, Stolid Vanguard, Scorching Strafe, Fairy Whispers, Planted Explosive, Sudden Snow, Drifting Rogue, Nanue Portsman, sorry, I'm just running a Molten Arrow, Ripple Back Terrapin, Clean Cut, and Paired Minds, Kindred Soul. It's really cool.
That's a super rare, right?
Yep.
One of the two. We still haven't pulled the UR from this box.
What are we down? We're down 4 packs.
Yeah, well,
Maybe we passed it. I didn't see
no,
it.
we haven't seen it because it would be full art. The UR would be full art in this set. So we got Intricate Longbow again, Wisdom Prize again, Veteran Soldier, Seasoned Archer, Mnemonic Charm, Fractal of Insight, Absolving Flames, Shoe Frontliner, Swift Recruit, Tidestone Bovine, Water Barrier, Brisk Windtrotter, Nascent Barrier, Fiery Swing, and Landscape Corsair.
Defender's Maul, Royal Bear, Imperial Assassin, Train Shooter, Regenerate, Fractal Insight, Fairy Whispers, Absolving Flame, Swift Recruit, Rising Tide, Nanue Portsman, Skilled Plainsman, Scorchfire Assassin, Tidal Lock, and Solar Pinnacle.
Spirit of Wind. So yes, you can open the Spirit. Spirits are required to play the game. There's Wind, Fire, Water, as your level 0 spirits. There's also Lost Spirit, but Lost Spirit's only in the demo deck that is in the event launch kits. Shining Markador, Weaponsmith, Backstep, Inner Court Schemer, Reckless Slash, Thunderclap, Wandering Glaver, Torpid Fractal, Gale Whisper Rogue, Rising Tide, Aqueous Stallion, a Water Horse, and Fractal of Mana, Tidal Tirade, and Indiscriminate Gyre.
We got Spirit of Water, Honorable Vanguard, Seasoned Archer, Palace Guard, Unbroken Mustang, Flame Rune, Swordsman, Razor Gale Calling. Oh, I see a little bit of something there. Wandering Glavier, Gale Whisper Rogue, Sudden Snow, Frozen Quill, Tempest Stalker, Hoarfrost Spine, Slice and Dice, and there it is. We have a full art Sundering Moon UR. That's the one in
Yeah,
strokes?
yeah, that's
Okay.
that's the one UR per box. And it's a regalia weapon. Has bonuses if your champion is Jin. If you control 2 or more wind element allies, Sundering Moon gets +1 attack till end of turn, and that's on the on enter effect. And then pay 2, return Sundering Moon to your material deck. Prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to target unit you control, and so you'd be able to use this over and over by having it enter and then go back to your material deck. It's kind of cool. Last pack of the box. Tome of Sorcery, Weaponsmith, Veteran Soldier, Royal Bear, Swerving Spring, Reckless Slash, Backstep, Thunderclap, Shoe Frontliner, Bloodgrowth 3-line, Refracting Missile, Lumbering Steed, Rippleback Terrain, Flash Fire Horse, and Conduit of Bloodfire. On enter, remove all damage counters from each champion your opponents control. So you would heal your opponent, and then for every 4 damage counters removed this way, put a buff counter on Conduit of Bloodfire. Interesting.
Okay, so that was box number 1. We got a couple of hollows, few SRs and stuff, and then there's that full art, which was in the second last pack there. 3 more boxes to go, more hits. We're gonna go straight into box number 2.
Sure.
Alright.
I think we'll just stop naming all the uncommons and uncommons, otherwise
We're gonna be here all night.
we'll be here all night. Maybe just some of the ones that we haven't seen.
Who's that? It's like a little thing there.
I
Is that on
don't
movie?
know.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
What is that smudge?
I know.
Oh, wait, no, that's a Kong Ming. That's
Yeah.
Kong Ming right here on the back of the box.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's to verify that it's an authentic box.
Yeah, that's like the hidden cereal.
It's kind of cool. First pack of the box.
Let's go. Let's get right in there. Okay. And I'm here with pack number 2. Let's just get these big hits out here. I don't know how those work.
Or I guess we'll have to filter out all the other ones. But, I see a foil at the back already.
Okay. First pack magic.
Oh, foil Rising Tides,
Let's see what I'm dealing with here too.
Phalanx Captain, and Kind Beast Collar.
Okay. Oops. So then there it goes. A lot of stuff that we've seen already and before. Nope.
Stuff we've seen, stuff we've seen, stuff we've seen, stuff we've seen, stuff we've seen. Slice and Dice reprint, pretty cool art. Guan Yu Prime Exemplar is one of the SRs from this box. And that was a People of Sacred Flames. That was the second UR from the box. And if I remember correctly, most boxes average like 5 SRs, and we've already pulled 2 of them. You may banish a fire element card from your graveyard if you do Empower 2. Empower is, lets you resolve the next spell as though it was a higher level, so
Oh shoot.
yeah, pretty good. Promising Recruit.
Okay. I can see it.
Oh, you
And
can
it's a
see it.
hollow full.
We'll see what it is.
Whoa.
Imperial Seal foil.
That's really So you are too, and it's a foil.
Yeah, and we got a foil Imperial Seal, Divine Relics. It's a Divine Relic. It's a Regalia item. Divine Relics, you can only run one Divine Relic in your material deck. That's part of the deck construction rules. The reason why this is really exciting is because if you banish it, you get to play any basic element. So that's fire, water, or wind until end of turn. So people are excited for that because there are a few decks in the current meta that do splash into other colors, but more just for additional effects of certain cards. But now they also get to play those additional cards. Talking about Fire Merlin. Or any Merlin deck, really.
So that's the UR slot, right?
That sits in a common slot.
Oh,
Foils
So-
come in the common slot.
so technically, so we're waiting on another.
Yes, it is possible that this is not a dead box.
That's crazy. Seems like we're getting the hang of this one here. And we're just kind of breezing through this box here. I got. let's start with mine.
Okay.
It was peeking out. So we got Kongming again, but this is a different art. and I
This
did
is a
the
level
different-
3.
Okay, Season Archer Shining, Marchador. Okay, you know what? Let's just go right to it. I know. I see it. Okay, here we go. Taurian. Dragon's Blood UR. So that's the UR slot.
Okay. That's the UR from this box.
Okay. Sounds really cool.
So, on attack, you may have Zhao Yun deal 2 unpreventable damage to your champion. If you do, it gets +2 attack. It's an Exia card, so dealing damage to yourself is kind of the norm.
So now the box is dead, right?
On kill, your Zhao Yun gains immortality. Now the box is basically dead. There's a few SRs, that's about it. Unless, of course, it's, a mispacked box. I have a rare.
Rare too. So I guess we're hunting for the last few SRs.
Yeah, we're hunting for the last few SRs on the box. We saw 2 already.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, here's a foil. I'm not sure if there's a inferred ratio of foils. It seems to be 3, but I could be wrong.
There's not many foils in this.
No.
It's too bad. Their foils look really good.
The foiling process, they've improved the foiling process, and and the devs did on stream. They put a bunch of foils into a rice cooker to simulate high moisture environment,
Mm-hmm.
and they compared how much pringling it would do.
Right.
And the improved process in Mortal Ambition is definitely noticeable, that you don't get as much pringling compared to previous products, and definitely compared to a lot of other card games. So if you live in a humid country and you are playing and you like playing trading card games, I think Grand Archives probably the game for you, because you don't you won't end up with bent foils, or as bent. They won't be as bent.
Right. I mean, just the quality in general of these cards is really, you can just feel it when just pulling it out the pack and compared to like the other card games. And this is one of the things I noticed too. Opening Grand Archive, I think I opened the Refractor Crown boxes back in the day. One of the first things we noticed was the lack of foils foil cards and to the just the feeling of it and the backing of these cards too.
The lack of foils was noticeable.
Yeah, well, we like, you know, coming from like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and Magic, where everything's
Okay.
just the shinier the better.
Uh,
Just like kind of seeing this was a kind of a interesting one. But oh my god,
foils do exist, and they are quite still sought after. For I think more so for the collectors or the people or people that like to max rarity their deck. Because as we have seen, there is every card has the potential to become in foil, but with the lack of foils in a booster box, you can imagine how hard it can be to get your deck full foil. Oh, here's the Jin level 2. Jin level 2. On enter, his next attack gets +1, and it also has on attack wake him up, so you can on that turn attack with him twice potentially. It's kind of... Then the last rare from the pack is Crimson Prescience, which we've talked about already.
there we go. We're doing much better for time for that one. We are on box number 3, and I'm gonna go and make the decision here.
This will I'll go back and pull all the SRs from the piles later
Oh,
for when we want to see what the final result was.
I mean, we do this. You can rip, and I'll fish out the SRs.
I will.
Can you? All you gotta do is look at the bottom right. There's C. There's all the rarities, so you can just find the SRs and
SRs and all the full arts if you see any. But I think we're
the full art.
But I think we already set aside the full arts. But yeah, just in case. So just a rare in that pack. Pretty standard pack.
Do you want the rares out too?
I don't think we need the rare. Or maybe. Yeah.
Do we want the rare or do we not?
The SRs. We want to show off the SRs after cash.
Uncommon stays.
Should be purple. SRs purple.
Slipstream Vault is the rare from that pack.
Take the rare out.
Sure. I guess I'll start doing that too. Thoughts? We have Invigoration as the rare from this pack. I guess I'll just grab the rares out already. I don't remember where. This should have nothing. Continuing along.
There it is. SR. Just put this
Sun Quan Seal Bearer. It's an SR we haven't seen yet. Unique ally, Tamer Warrior, Human. 2/3 for 4. Level 1. On enter, put a buff counter on another target ally you control. And if you have level 2, allies you control with a buff counter lose pride. So that comboing off with the Lava Soul Tiger that we saw earlier can be pretty devastating. Tome of Sorcery, stuff we've seen, mostly. And Dilu Auspicious Charger is the second SR in the third box. 3/4 for 2, pride 3, And as long as you control a wind element unique human ally, it loses pride and has vigor. Vigor lets it wake up at your end phase after attacking, so it's like pseudo vigilance for in magic terms.
This is
All already taken out at that center pile. Spirit of Water. Stuff we've all seen mostly. Creative Shock. This is Kind Beast Collar is the rare in that pack. This stack already has been filtered. Stuff we've seen, And Hire Mercenaries. We haven't seen this one yet. It's rare. Costs less if your opponent controls one or more allies. And look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one of those cards into your memory, the other on the bottom of your deck. So helps you dig through your deck. Pretty good. There's no there's no rares or anything in that stack. Yeah.
This one here.
Yes. Right, next pack. Defender's Mail, stuff we've all seen. And Illuminating Charge is the 3rd SR from this box. It's really cute. Unfortunately, probably a dead card in the current meta. And that's largely because it's a Luxem Tamer card. Luxem is the only champion that has the Luxem advanced element right now is Assassin class, but that may change in the future. Reveal all cards in your memory. You put up to 2 animal cards from among them onto the field. So this lets you cheat animals out into play for cheap. Kind of cool. We'll see if it ever becomes meta, quote unquote. Spirit Wind, just gonna keep filtering here. And Combat Training is the rare. We had a lot of garbage to move out of my way. Next pack. This is level 2 Kongming. We haven't seen it yet. So with this, we'll have seen all 3 Kongmings. On enter, empower 3, so that makes the next spell you cast resolve as if it was +3 level. And then inherited effect, whenever your shifting currents changes from north to south, you draw a card. So you get to draw more cards with Kongming. And then, hello. Ignite Fate, Exia, and Staggering Strike is the rare. Continuing right along. This box. Primal Whip, stuff we've all seen already. Sword, Saint of Eventide is the rare from that pack. And Fraternal Garrison. I see another UR in this pack, I think, which is in this is a little odd. Mortal Ambition. This box was a little cracked. We got 3 URs in this box. 1 foil and 2 non-foil. That was unexpected. So Mortal Ambition is a Norm Element Tamer skill. Cost 2 less for each unique ally you control until end of turn. Horse allies, human and horse allies you control get +1 health and gain ambush and steadfast. And Ruinous Pillars of Chaos. I honestly thought the box was supposed to be dead already. Next one, Intricate Longbow, Veteran Soldier, etc. We've seen all this. Set Ablaze. Destroy target ally. Or no, deal 4 damage to target ally, sorry. And then class bonus deals 3 damage to each champion controlled by the same player as that ally. Oh, Flashfire Horse, 2/2 fast activation horse. Sempiternal Sage. We got level 2 Jin again. Weaponsmith. Juyang Shadowmare is another super rare from the set. 3/3 horse for 2 with Pride 3, as long as you control a water element unique human ally. It loses Pride and has Stealth and True Sight. So 3/3 True Sight Stealth for 2, really good. That's assuming you manage to protect your human unique ally. Yeah, Insight. Flame Resource. Beseeching Flourish. I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more packs in this 3rd box. Legion Boys, Seas Fate, another super rare. Cost 2 less if you're playing Jin. For the rest of the game, if your champion would take damage, remove that many damage counters from them instead. Then, if there are 0 damage counters on your champion, banish your champion, and then you would lose the game after banishing your champion. We got a foil Kong Ming, level 3. And Zhang Fei, another super rare. Class bonus figure 2/3 at the beginning of your end phase. If Zhang Fei is the only ally you control, put a buff counter on Zhang Fei. So so we happened to hit a box that had more URs than we were supposed to.
How many doors did we get? We got 1, 2. One.
That one. Wait, is this the third box?
This is the third box.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so that's
Oh,
one.
so that was the UR from the
Yeah.
box then. For some reason, I thought we were still on the second box.
Oh, that's all. Okay. And the SR, where is the SR pile? Right there. Okay. And there's 2 more packs.
2 more packs from this box, and then we got 1 more box to go. Got some blades. Glowforth.
Just a whole bunch of stuff we're starting to see over and over again. There is a foil, uncommon, and rare.
No, this was the rare pile. The uncommons were we didn't sort out. Alright, so that was box number 3. I've been going through the boxes for so long I lost track of it earlier. So we did not have a mispacked box. We were not that lucky.
We're looking at the last box
For tonight.
for tonight. And then we can go through our SR hits and then
And then the starter deck and see if we pull the CSR from the starter decks. I don't think we'll have time to do any demo games today. It's
there's always next time.
always next time. Yes.
It's actually our first live stream on a Grand Archive break, and really enjoyed it. Wish I could do more. Came in on my day off to rip this out.
Ah, nice. So, our first pack from this last box, where I'm just gonna skip straight to the good stuff. And SR, Stratagem of Buried Ice.
Okay. Oh, I see a hollow. There we go. Uncommons, and that's not SR. Where's the rares?
I don't remember where the rare pile was. That looks like more commons. I think.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Oh, that's a hollow. I put the hollow.
I think,
my
yeah,
bad.
you put the
There,
hollow
so
there. There you go.
Okay. And that's it.
Parasite. Conduit of Bloodfire. That's a rare from the pack.
So these are 3 packs here. It's time to speed run. I'll do 2 first.
Heavenly Guide. That's the second Heavenly Guide we saw. Pretty happy about that.
Nada.
None.
I don't have the luck.
Okay, that's rare.
Is that what we're doing? Boom. That's a rare.
And then it's just.
A
Oh,
big
and then we
common.
got.
Oh, there you go.
Betrayal Hospital Arm.
That is a rare. To get a hold.
We have Inundating Flash, that's rare, and uncommons, and there was no foil. Pretty sure. I've been told the foil is supposedly in card slot 11. Supposedly.
Card slot.
So it'd be the fourth card down, supposedly. Or yeah, the fourth card from the bottom. Is 15's the rare slot. Supposedly. But
Okay, so that's 1. There it is. That's R. 2, 3, 4. That's the one.
yeah.
Okay.
Supposedly, but I have never actually tried confirming it.
Was it? Were they all 15 cards per pack?
No, this is the first time that it's 15. It used to be, I think it used to be 11 or 10. I don't remember specifically. And it used to be 2 uncommons per pack as opposed to 3. So just increase the number of uncommons and commons.
Too rare. Oh.
Creative Shock foil.
Cool. And the rare. There we go.
It's a foil staple. That's pretty good. Zhangfei. I think we saw Zhangfei already. And then there are no foils in this pack. We still haven't pulled the UR from the last box, so we still got some exciting things to look forward to.
Yep. There's a lot of bulk.
Yeah. That is my primary complaint about this set is the excessive amount of bulk.
I guess they kind of had to, right? Just to get like the new players and stuff.
Yes,
Have
especially
more
since some of the bulk is still staple.
There we go. SR.
Some of the bulk is still staple, but most of it is still actual just bulk. But because you need to get the new players a chance to get their staple bulk.
Right. Last 2
Last 2 packs, okay.
should be in there.
Should be in there because we haven't seen it.
Or it's short printed.
Or it was mispacked, yeah. Oh, I see it.
There it is. Hollow as well. Green. I see green.
Sunray Moon again.
Oh no.
Unfortunate because
We have.
with material deck cards, you generally only need 1 of to complete your playset because you can't play more than 1. So, wait, did I accidentally stick in one of the SRs from here and there? The last pack. I don't think we've pulled all the foils from this box yet, so maybe we still have a chance.
I don't see this already.
Tailwind's Blessing is the final rare from our box open.
Okay. I can take that. How do you want to do this? You want to go through the SRs and all that? Or should we get right into these?
Well, I think we can get right into those and then we'll do a final shot of the pulls at the end.
Let's get the bulk out of
Move all the bulk. So the starter decks, they come with a
full deck list, I guess.
a full 60 card deck, and a full 12 card material deck with your basic spirit, and your a full lineage for that champion. We already saw the champions, and then there are a few starter deck exclusives that are always just part of the deck. Within the starter deck, some of them are reprints, and then the chase thing out of the starter deck is whether or not you get the chance of getting. I think it's I think in Jin it's the level 2. I could be wrong. But and then in the Kongming it's there's a chance of the CSR version of the Kongming as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so which one should we start with? Kongming?
Kongming, I think, is the one that people are most sought after. So I think we do.
Okay, let's get Jin out of the way first. Alright.
I think we do Jin first.
Let's do Jin first. You know what?
I think more people are interested in seeing whether or not we pull a Kongming CSR, and
see.
so we'll save that for the end. Because
Yep.
and then we had started a deck event that ran elsewhere in the city this past weekend, and a lot of the newer players wanted to play Kongming, which was surprising, even though we had recommended them that they play Jin because it is supposed to be an easier to learn deck. And so they come in a nice brick. They give you a nice quick start guide if you don't know how to play the game. Even the quick start guide has the same card backing. And so if you hold on to the quick start guide, you can either use that quick start guide card for making your own proxies, or you can hold on to that so that you can scan that QR code whenever you need it, whichever case may be.
Is there a place where I can learn more about Grand Archive, dude? I just totally just started reading all the comments here. Hi Bobby. Oh, it's Thomas. Okay, so yeah, is there a place where I can learn more about Grand Archive? I guess this is it. You're 82 minutes in. Thanks for watching all the way to finally get a quick start guide into the game. So yeah, it's a QR code. I'll hold this up for like another 5 seconds while we get opening on that starter deck. And there we go.
There's, in addition to the Grand Archive website, there's also a lot of the official Grand Archive Discord and a bunch of regional Discords. And then there's a few, if you're looking at deck lists, Luxera's map has a list of all the decks that had recently topped at major events. But there hasn't been any major event for Mortal Ambition yet, because Mortal Ambition came out 2 days ago. So expect decks to change a lot and the meta to change and shift in the coming weeks. But yeah. So the thing that we're looking for will be in one of the first few cards here. And okay, this is not a starter deck with the CSR. So we don't have starter deck CSR Jin.
That was so fast.
Yeah.
So it's just right at the front there?
Yeah, it's just right at the front.
Okay. Yeah, no, just don't mind me. I am bulk sorting. Dude, this is probably better for you to take back, right? Just like 1, 2, 3 of these.
Oh, I have the black Omni Hive.
Oh, okay. Is that enough?
It should be.
Okay. Is there any particular way you wanted these to go in, or?
I was gonna sort them by
Okay.
element at some
You
point,
know
but what time is it today?
No, you have all the time.
We have all the time today?
Okay, but I'll leave you with 1 or 2 of these just in case it's like we have
Yeah.
some spillage going on.
I am having trouble with this tape
Let's
that's
go.
stuck on. Once we get these two opened, I'll kind of talk a bit about the decks before we move on to summarizing all the pulls.
Sure.
So we have the quick start guide again for people that missed it. Here
Screenshotted it.
is.
Thank you so much. Hey.
This is the token for keeping track of your shifting currents. So shifting currents, you need to facing up and toward your opponent would be quote unquote north, east, south, west. This is a new mechanic in the game and came with the set. And yeah, kind of important to keep track of game state. Oh. Alright, so Spirit of Water, level 1 Kong Ming, level 2 Kong Ming, and regular level 3 Kong Ming. So no CSR. We were not lucky with these starter decks. But if you are brand spanking new to the Grand Archive, I would recommend, if you're just starting and you're grabbing the new starter product, I would recommend grabbing the Jin deck. It's a lot easier to learn, and it comes pre-packed with your material deck, and that's all the cards with the blue costs. It's a 12-card material deck, and then the rest of your deck has yellow cost. When I played with this deck at a starter deck tournament, Berserker Plate is insane, and with the way Jin level 3 works, so if your opponent hits you to 28 or more damage, you still have one more turn. And then if you materialize Berserker Plate on that turn, you get to 35 health. And if they didn't hit you to 35, you basically get to do the I have an extra turn again when you hit me to 35 kind of thing, which is kind of cool. The downside is that in certain matchups, if they have ways of targeting items, like if they can suppress the item, if they suppress it or destroy it, then you no longer get that 7 health that's printed on that Berserker's Plate. So you have to be a little mindful of that as well. But aside from that, Jin is relatively ally focused, at least in the starter deck. Banner Knight works really well with having allies and weapons, and you've got a bunch of weapons in your Regalia deck. Idle Thoughts just lets you rearrange the top 4 cards of your deck. It has floating memory. Pierce the Heavens, if you time it right, it becomes a 5 attack card temporarily because it says as long as your champion leveled up this turn, it gets +2 attack and has unblockable. So potentially 5 damage, that's unblockable. And if you do it with, say, on the turn that you level to level 2 Jin, Jin's next attack gets +1 and on attack wake it up, so you can potentially get 6 damage just off of 1 card, wake up Jin, get another 6 damage, or get another 5, so that's 11 damage off of 1 card.
Are there links to the
damage.
official Discord in the TTG Discord? You know what? Keep an eye out. We'll get that out tonight.
On the official, on the TTG Discord, if you check the Grand Archive general section of the TTG Discord, if you scroll all the way up, I think it's there. I could be wrong. I remember posting it at one point, quite a long time ago. Double check. And then Kong Ming is packaged as difficulty rating 5 instead of 1, and the reason being is, well, this is her lineage. So you start by getting shifting currents. At the beginning of your end phase, you may change the direction of shifting currents. So north,
Yes,
east,
we'll pin the links.
south, west,
Thanks for pointing that out.
etc. And then, So that's that. And then on enter, empower 3. Empower, the next spell that you cast resolves as a higher level spell. And there are things that are there are spells that rely on level. And then whenever you change from north directly to south, you draw a card. So that's a card advantage engine. You just keep drawing cards. And then when you hit level 3, whenever you activate a spell card, so that's putting a spell card onto the effect stack, this triggers. And then you change the direction to an adjacent one. So we're already facing south. If I play a spell, I change it to either west, or I change it to east. And so if I play, say, another spell, I go to north, and then at end of turn, I change it to a direction of my choice. From north, I go to south, I draw a card. There's a lot of ordering with this with the Kongming decks. Now, ordering matters, and the other thing is because it's whenever you activate a spell. So let me get to a spell card here. Harmonious Mantra. It's fast, recover 3. If your shifting currents faces north, recover 3 plus level instead. So this, you can do really nifty things with this. So let's say in this current board state, we are already facing south. I fast cast Harmonious Mantra. I put this on the stack. It hasn't resolved yet because this has to trigger. And then this is now on top of the stack. And I go, okay, I will resolve the triggered ability only. I go from south, I go to west. And then I go cast another one. I have 2 Harmonious Mantras on the stack, but I still have the triggered ability because I activated a spell. And now I change it to another adjacent direction. I change it to north. And now I recover 3 plus level. So if I had like empower effects or other plus level effects, I would heal way more than 3 damage. I would heal 3 plus level, and then I would heal 3 plus level again. And then let's say I end my turn, I go to south, I draw a card. Lots of ordering to keep in mind for Kongming. It's a little more complex and harder to pilot. So if you're new to the game, I would recommend starting out with Jin, assuming that all you have access to is the Mortal Ambition stuff. And then, yeah. So that is kind of a brief rundown on how the 2 decks differ in terms of difficulty, but they're both very fun starter decks. So those are the 2 starter decks that we just covered.
Where would I be able to purchase a starter deck? Normally, I would say the Trading Gallery, but allocation a bit rough right now. Still working on it, and I think it'd probably be a better time for me to actually, us over here at TTG, to start grabbing some Grand Archive after our locals that we are planning to begin in sometime in November. We'll get through this first, and then we'll introduce that to this TTG Highland. We used to sell some Grand Archive actually, and we do have 1 box in store. However, this set we do not.
Okay, and then so for people that missed our polls from the 4 boxes, we had Mortal Ambition, Sundering Moon, Zhao Yun. We actually had 2 Sundering Moons. There it is. And then we had a foil Imperial Seal. Those were the ultra rares from the 4 boxes that we pulled. Boxes typically only have 1 UR per set, and then per box, and the foil sits in a common slot in a pack, and so we kind of lucked out there. In the 4 boxes, we got in the super rare slot Ju Ying, Zhang Fei, Dilu, Heavenly Guide, Stratagem of Myriad Ice, Illuminating Charge, Zhang Fei again, Seize Fate, Ju Ying again, Illuminating Charge again, Keeper of Golden Sashes, Ju Ying again. I'm actually really happy with getting multiple Ju Yings. I was considering building a water ally deck. Pupil of Sacred Flames, Gandu Theater of War, Fractal of Polar Depths, Second Heavenly Guide, Paired Minds was another, Desperate Cavalier, Relentless Outbursts, Guan Yu, Second Dilu, Axis Scholar, and Sun Quan. So those were kind of the super rares from the 4 boxes. So we should have 20 super rares on screen, if I'm remembering the distribution correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Kind of strange. Maybe I remembered the distribution wrong. And then all the rares. We'll just kind of go through briefly. I'll just put all the wind ones together. Norm, fire, water, wind, blazing, Exia. Terra element, fire, terra, wind. Normal. Substream bolts. Exia card, terra card. This was a common. What is it doing here? This is a common, uncommon. Okay, looks like some of the bulk got accidentally mixed in, but that's okay. Alrighty, so that was a rundown of, that's pretty much all the rares we pulled. And so that would be it. I believe Trading Gallery is doing their first event in November. Exact date I will get for the rest of you shortly. So we'll be right back. And if you're ever so the exact date that we're starting weeklies is?
Not November 1st, but the week after November 1st. What's that? That's Sunday. So Sunday after November 1st. Because November 1st is actually our new location. So we're hoping to do November 10th for the very first, sorry, did I say 10th? November 8th, sorry. November 8th at 5 o'clock. We are looking to do our very first Grand Archive Locals thingy through Omnidex. Yeah, and if you're not in our Discord, please join so you can get cool new updates about our TGA events.
Our GA events.
GA events. And I myself, I'm still kind of learning how this works and everything, and hopefully I'll get my hands on this, and TTG will get more involved with the Grand Archive community.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it for today.
We might do a learn to play kind of stream at a later time.
Yep.
Before the event.
Let's hope. Yeah, no, not a problem. Maybe not here, but we'll make something work
We'll
during
find
our
something
move.
work.
So hopefully we'll have a learn how to play so that everybody can come. But even if you're new to the game, if you just want to kind of get some exposure, I do suggest you just drop by and get to know the players, get to know the community, and then hopefully get involved. So before we leave here, I just want to say thanks for popping by and watching us break 4 booster box and 2 structure decks. We appreciate your patience. This is a 100-minute stream here with Danny and the Trading Gallery. So again, thank you so much for popping by and kind of just watching us gamble a bit. We really appreciate it. And if you like it, you can always hit that like and subscribe button and join our Discord as well.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.